You do not have to like the Golden State Warriors, but you sure as hell have to respect them. I'm not recommending that you respect them. I'm telling you, you have to respect them. You have to. Just like you don't have to like Klay Thompson. Actually, screw that. You do have to like Klay Thompson. If you've got a heart and half a brain, you have to like Klay Thompson. And you've got to be feeling something after seeing what he did last night.
Klay.
Because there is only one Klay Thompson.
Klay.
And if you need further proof, the man let the rest of the world know right after the game, in his pregame, actually before the game, in his pregame routine. Who else but Klay Thompson? Who else but Klay Thompson? Jump in my pool, have that cold plunge, get up, kind of roll around with Rocco, play some Nintendo. My man, you're playing Nintendo in 2022. Right, my man must have hit that pool hard. My man must have hit Nintendo hard. My man must have taken Rocco for a walk hard. So bleeping sweet. Draymond rushing up the floor, around the back, finds Klay. Bam! I could keep going, but I don't have time. You see, last night was Klay's night. I know Steph got the conference finals MVP award. He deserved it. But Klay picked an awesome night to have his best night. 32 at home in a closeout game. And let's be so clear about this, because for whatever reason, so many of you want to ignore this. It was only a few months after he first came back from all those injuries. What a great dude. What a great player. And I love him dumping on himself like, man, I should have had 10 threes. Left a few on the table. Pretty easy to forget he missed nearly 1,000 days of basketball. His first game back was barely more than 4 months ago, and yet he's doing that on that stage last night. It's incredible. It's awesome. And it's great to have the coolest dude in the association back in the finals. And it's great to have Golden State back in the finals. And yes, I said it. It's great to have Golden State back in the finals. And I'm not saying that as a fan. And I'm not saying that as Warrior Jim. And I'm not saying that as a honk. I'm saying great. I'm saying it's great because it's indicative of greatness. Because this is greatness we're witnessing. It doesn't matter if they win the whole thing. Just being back and 4 games away is an insane accomplishment. That's 6 times now in 8 years. That puts them in the same category of Bill Russell and the Celtics. Jerry West. Hey, what's up, Jer? You dial it back a little bit. Dude, are you still angry? You mad, bro? You mad, bro? How's that case all the way to the Supreme Court coming? You mad, bro? Anyway, this puts them in the same category as, you mad, bro? Bulls, Lakers, Michael Jordan Bulls. This is how good the Steph Curry Warriors are. It's a dynasty, clones. And you better appreciate it. And as impressive as it is, as much love as they're getting, it's not nearly enough. Go back 3 years. They had just been beaten by the Raptors in the finals. They were in tatters. Kevin Durant had shredded his Achilles. He bolted for Brooklyn. Hey, that's turned out pretty awesome for him, hasn't it? Great decision, KD.
That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty awesome. Klay tore his ACL. A year later, he was going to tear his Achilles. Golden State was DOA. Done. Dead. DUN. Finished. To outsiders, it got so bad, they were having to sell themselves on salvaging D'Angelo Russell in a sign and trade with Brooklyn. It was that over. They were done. I mean, great run. Amazing run, but all great runs come to an end. They had their time. They had their era. And by the way, people were happy about it. People were tired of seeing them. People were tired of seeing them make it look easy and win. Yeah, it was slammed shut in the most brutal fashion by the Raptors and by injuries, and people were standing over them and talking junk. Not only did the window slam shut, the glass shattered, and everybody loved it. So at that point, ownership typically says, all right, we had a great run. We made a ton of dough. Once in a lifetime, most never get near this. Tear it down, rip it apart, sell off the parts for scrap. Let's save some money and make some money for a while. What can anybody say? We had our run. We did it. But that's not what they did. That's not what Golden State did. They stayed with it. They did what so few organizations do. They got greedy in the right way. They wanted more. As Bob Myers told me earlier this week, they wanted another shot.
I wanted to see what Steph, Clay, and Draymond, I wanted them to get beat, I should say. I wanted to say, let's let them play until they get beat. And we never really got that. I mean, Toronto beat us, and that's fine. But I wanted to see a team where they could try again. And we're kind of getting to see that.
I love that. I love that because it's so rare. What he's saying is they earn the right. They earn the right to run it back. They earn the right for somebody to beat them straight up. That's not what happened. They earned it. Keep it together. I love that so much. So, yes, they still have Steph. They still have Clay. They still have Draymond. But those guys are all 7 years older than they were when the run started. Not only older, but busted up and older. And 7 years in the NBA is an eternity. That's a basketball career in and of itself. They've all got gray hair now, but they kept at it. And as Steph, man, you want to talk about a reinvention and a transformation. I'm so amazed by Steph because Steph will never, ever get the credit he deserves because Steph makes it look so easy, because Steph looks so, well, normal, right? There's no way to even begin to quantify, unless you're in it with him, the amount of work that he's done to make himself what he is. I think a lot of people just do not understand how special this guy is. Honestly, how tough this guy is, how fierce this guy is, just how hard. You just look at Steph. I think some of you think, hey, yeah, oh, Steph from Davidson. That's kind of cute. That's kind of nice, man. He can shoot a little bit. Look at that release. Man, this dude is unbelievable. Unbelievable how hard he works and what he's made of himself and his career.
Unbelievable.
And he's right. It is hard. Hard as hell. Look at Brooklyn. Let's look at this really objectively. Look at Brooklyn. They thought they were building the next dynasty with Durant and Kyrie teamed up. And then they brought in Harden. They were supposed to be the basketball Voltron. They couldn't even get out of the first round. The Lakers won a title. 18 months later, they finished off the worst season in Laker history, no matter what the GM says. This basketball game is hard, dog. You're not supposed to do what the Warriors just did. It's every bit as impressive as the Bulls going back-to-back or going back to the finals when MJ stopped playing baseball. Except Jordan and Pippen were younger than Curry is now. They just beat the Mavs. Luka was 16 when the Warriors won their first title. John Morant was 15. Both of them are superstars now. Jabari Smith was in middle school when Golden State won their first title. And he's going to go in the top 2 picks next month. This is what we're talking about. This is why this is so amazing. Do you remember who won the title the year before the Warriors won their first? Think on that for a minute. Trivia. Who was the last team to win a title before Golden State won their first? The Spurs. Tim Duncan. Manu Ginobili. Tony Parker.
Who is Parker?
Those three. Who is Parker?
Who is Parker?
Those three guys are all well into retirement now. Kids today think of those three as fossils. They were so long ago that Kawhi Leonard was still a Spur. And most people have forgotten that he even played for them. The Spurs were the last team to win a title before this Golden State run started. And now the Warriors are the new Spurs.